Alright, we got a kind of a mediocre map for Hag in terms of the map size. It's a very big map. So what I generally do is I try to shut down one side with the traps. So just for the sake of saving time, I trapped that pallet that I spawned at, happened to spawn at, I should say. I trapped that window because that's like a common place to go in this building because there isn't shit in this building, let's be honest. I trap here since that's kind of a crossway between this pallet and semi-jungle gym between the building and the pallet. And from here, yeah, I'm just like trapping up pathways, possible pathways that a survivor might take if they were to leave the building and go over here, basically. And you'll notice that most of my web is mostly back at that building, just because there's a 3-gen setup I can possibly do if gens like go by like very quick. And I noticed that Claudette, but I have nothing over here obviously, so I don't really commit to this chase. I just continue setting up when I think they're out of my view. I even place a trap at Shack, just because it's a strong loop. And it does get triggered a little bit later on, but you'll see why I don't teleport to it. So you'll notice that my web is mostly at that building, and I place some feeler traps like a bit around the map just in case I have a survivor that just runs entirely out of my web, so that I have like some options for chasing. Then I notice there's someone in this shed of 3 that I'm guarding. I get a nice hit on her, and I obviously crack the gen to slow it down, regress it, instead of chasing her, because I'm pretty confident that she'll trigger one of my other traps, as you see that I do here. And I see that's a pretty decent trap, so I retrap the area before picking her up. It's a general good time-saving technique to have on the Hag. And luckily enough, I have a trap already pretty close to the hook, so I don't bother trapping her. Although you can if you want to. I noticed in previous matches this is a possible crossway for survivors, so I trap like behind that building there. I go back to the shed because it's had progress on it, and I figure these people were working together. So I'm still trying to keep the little 3-gen thing I have in this area going, and all the while resetting the web on the side of the map. And I do look for this person a little bit, but then I notice that the trap goes off, and it is indeed the person that was probably at that gym. Defending the hook here. And she gets very lucky. She goes to the left instead of the right of that rock, so I couldn't really finish that chase. But luckily, Slory sets off a trap here. And I get a free hit, and she runs to the side of the map with no traps, so I don't commit to that chase. Because 110 chases suck. Luckily, this mag sets off the traps by the hook, so I get another chase instead. And I noticed that this Meg is trying to body block for this injured Meg, which is just wasting the entire team's time. So I commit to the chase, just because I am chasing 2 people essentially, which is like a huge time saver for me. I get a hit on her, and I follow this Meg because she's heading towards one of my traps. The other one was running towards a shag, which was no longer trapped. You'll see I get a little bit confused here because the other Meg had sprint bursts and had the same exact clothing, so I wasn't expecting this Meg to have dead hard for that reason. But it turns out that the dead hard didn't matter because I still got that down. And if that trap goes off, I can't really do anything about that because I'm already carrying the Meg, but I already know where they are. So I wanted to make sure that they did not pop the shin, so instead of trapping the hook, I come over and slap it, and then continue chasing this injured guy over here. And fortunately, the Meg mind games herself, right here. Yeah, she runs to me and throws the pallet down for some reason. I don't even know. I can't really tell why from even if I pictured myself in her shoes, but it was just a nice, fortunate turn of events. So I check on that gen, because that's like the closest one I know that's close to being done. I leave her slugged because I have someone on the hook, and that will continue to waste her time. Slugging allows you to slow down generators. Then I chased this person for a bit, and I realized that she's gone way further than I thought, so I just put down another trap and then returned to the slugged person. And you'll notice how effective colorophobia is right here. So this person misjudged how long it would take to get the heal off. And I usually play around dead hard, so it was an easy hit for me. So now I have 2 people on the floor. And I go ahead and decide to hook one. Place a trap with the hook because it'll slow them down when they have to crouch walk to and from the hook. And then I'm about to go pick up this guy when I hear the trap trigger, and I decide to chase this Meg. I don't recall if I saw the lorry or not. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I was pretty confident that one of the hook traps would set off so I could hit the lorry. Or either that or she would take a really long time with crouch walking to get to the guy on the hook. Either way, I'm getting a lot of my time back on gens. So I decided to commit to this chase here a little bit, and then I decided against it because she was running like way away from my traps, so I just set a trap down there in that little crappy jungle gym area. And then of course someone on hook, and there's all 3 players right there, so I of course went back. And they realized that they cannot get the heal off because of colorophobia. And I don't remember why I didn't chase that other Meg that like ran past me. I think it was because I thought she had sprint burst, but I do get this guy with a trap anyway. And I believe this one is dead. That might have been the reason why I wanted to... Well, actually, there's no way I could have known which Meg was which, I don't think. In the heat of the moment. But either way, she's dead. Which is very good. You need someone dead after 3 gens. Then I go back to setting up my little web around these 3, there's 2 gens of it. So new people were here. And I get a fortunate find. They didn't go to the other side of the map, they're still around here. They again misjudged how long it would take to heal a person up, even with 2 people. And you'll see I make a bit of an oof here, because I didn't realize that there was a pallet right here. I didn't realize the pallet was... Yeah, and I even say that in the video. But luckily, I already had a trap set there, so it wasn't really a big deal. I forget that she has dead hard for some reason. Sometimes I just forget. But she's in a really, bad, probably one of the worst types of, structures in the game. This little jungle gym loop thing. Very unsafe pallet and such. And this team decides to hang around here still, for some reason. So I don't really go that far. Yeah, this injured guy stayed around here for some reason. That was a very big mistake by Maddie. Saw Laura. Immediately re-down her. Then I go ahead and chase the lorry a bit. And what I do here is I go this way to try to pressure her to jump the window, but for whatever reason she didn't do that. Probably because she thought I was still behind her. So I decide not to go for it right away, so I just pick up this Meg and kill her. Or hook her, I should say. But luckily, the lorry does eventually trigger that window trap. And the game is pretty much over here. So as a hag, it's pretty much a given that you'll lose 2 or even 3 gens while trying to get your momentum going and your web set up. It's just gonna happen in this game. But if you have a very good setup, it's a great trade. I almost didn't get this Meg on a hook, but because I run agitation, it wasn't a big deal. Agitation is very useful, not only for getting people hooks, but getting people to hooks, like by my web. I did that at least once in this game. It helps me in getting and not being in the animation as long, so that I can teleport to traps a lot quicker. It just has so many uses on Hag. It's a very strong perk on her. Yeah, not much else goes on here. That's the end of the game. I didn't even have to go to the shack side.